let's hop into this last story. This was actually, was it Trey Ferguson over on the Star Wars, the Urban Acolyte, my Facebook page, the Urban Acolyte Facebook page. He was like, hey man, you need to debunk some theories, man. You need to get back to that. And I said, hey man, like the way that works is y'all tell me theories, send me a link to it, I'll watch it and debunk it. And he tricked me into debunking a Mike Zeroh theory video, speculation video. I'm not going to call this a theory. So I'm not going at Mike Zeroh. I'm not targeting him. I told somebody, hey man, tell me the video you want me to debunk and I'll do it. And he sent it, and I was like, oh man, I really put my foot in my mouth on that one. So Mike Zeroh says that Star Wars Episode 9, we're going to see Reys Son. You heard it. In Star Wars Episode 9, according to Mike Zeroh, we're going to see Reys Son. So what Mike, he didn't give a source, but he said that there's rumors, or from his inside sources, that there's a young boy with black hair that was seen on set with Rey. They both wear black robes. They're on a tropical world that resembles Scariff. And he believes it's going to be the ending shot of Episode 9. There's going to be a lot of ships that are taking off. And Rey and the kid kind of look down at each other. She pats him on the head. They kind of smile, right? They're both dressed in dark robes, kind of as an homage to Luke Skywalker wearing black robes, right? In Return of the Jedi. And then we also see him wearing black robes in The Last Jedi, right? The significance is that the young boy with the black hair kind of resembles Ben Solo. So is it Rey and Kylo and Ben Solo have had a kid together? Did something happen in the time gap that I think is going to occur between episodes 8 and 9? Or did Rey conceive a baby through the Force, through their little Force-touching makeout session that happened in the hut on Ach-To, that they have forced sex there, right? And this is all because Rian Johnson said it's the closest thing to a sex scene that you'll ever see in Star Wars. So it seems like whoever came up with this on 4chan or wherever is taking that literally, that they literally had sex through the Force, and that we've got another crazy Force immaculate conception or something, even though that technically wouldn't be an immaculate conception. It would just be conceived through the Force, right? And they did touch and they exchanged memories and whatever else. Who knows what else they exchanged, right? But I don't know. So my question is, why would there be a lot of ships on a tropical world with Rey and this young boy? Like, how that's the ending of the movie? Then what's happening there? Rey looks down at this kid, her kid. They're dressed as Jedi, and these ships are leaving. So what does that mean, right? Does it mean that the fight's over, that Rey has had a kid and now she's getting left behind? She's not part of the fight. The Jedi are bowing out of the fight between the First Order and the like, what does that mean, right? I mean, maybe that's nice for a Top Gun ending, or is Kylo Ren, he's the one on the ship and he's leaving and he's now Ben and he's returned to the light and he's leading the fight, in the Millennium Falcon or in his X-Wing or whatever. I don't know, man. You're not making a lot of sense, Playboy. Is there a jungle planet in Episode 9? So what Mike says is that the Millennium Falcon was spotted on a jungle planet. Now, the only pictures that I've seen from the set are deserts, plains, and a forest setting. I haven't seen anything about a jungle. Maybe he's getting them confused. It's an easy mistake. Get outside more, Mike. Also, he talks about Episode 9 ends the Star Wars Saga, meaning the Skywalker Saga, but how does introducing a brand new Skywalker draw the saga to an end, right? I mean, George Lucas said, hey man, this has got a beginning and an end. We start with how Anakin fell to the dark side, how Anakin is redeemed, and then what Luke is going to do as far as finding his sister and the aftermath of that. And what Lucas said was that Luke would die. Leia would ultimately be the one to lead the Jedi into the future, and it would end with Leia, end with Luke's sister, right, as the top dog, right, the Last Jedi, the new Jedi, right? But if Rey is birthing in a new Skywalker, I mean, doesn't that mean that you're allowing the process, the cycle to continue of a Skywalker rises, a Skywalker falls to the dark side, a Skywalker burns the galaxy down? Or do they make some kind of change? Like, I mean, and you don't have to focus on this Skywalker family anymore, but these movies moving forward, it's like, well, we know we got another Skywalker out there that's got the Force. Or maybe it's, well, we got a kid of the Skywalker bloodline, but this one doesn't have the Force. I don't know, like, it really doesn't make any sense to me. Another question, how much time is going to pass between episodes 8 and 9? And then how much time passes in 9, right? Is it, well, here's the movie, and then you got this epilogue at the end, time has passed and Rey's got a kid, right? Or have years passed between 8 and 9 and Rey's got a kid, and how does it, like, this doesn't make sense. This really sounds like it comes out of nowhere, right? Another question, where is Ben Solo? Rey's got this kid who looks like Ben Solo. Where is he? Somebody in the comments of the video said maybe it's a Force back vision. It sounds like they've been listening to me, that Rey is using her green seer, her Bran Stark power, and she's seeing herself in the place of someone else. I would buy that Leia is seeing, if this kid is Ben Solo, and some people thought that apparently there's been some kid with dark hair that was cast to be in episode 9. I haven't been following any of the casting news, none of that over the summer. But let's say that he's right about this. Why can it not be the case that Rey, because from what I understand, the Force back vision, when you see Kylo Ren thrust the lightsaber through the warrior's back, right? And people thought that was a member of the Knights of Ren, but at least what one of these comic book versions of The Force Awakens shows is that in the original version, the Jason Ward and Making Star Wars reported, the original Force back vision was about how Maz gets the lightsaber. The warrior gets stabbed, he drops the lightsaber, Kylo Ren's after it, it gets lost, and that's how Maz gets it. She's the one crawling on the ground, and Rey is seeing herself in the place that Maz Kanata was in, right? So she has a Force back vision. She's seeing young Ben Solo. Let's say that there is this jungle planet. There's a lot of ships leaving. The Millennium Falcon is leaving. That's Han Solo in the Millennium Falcon. It's Leia. She's with little Ben. No, Daddy, don't leave, Uncle Wando, right? So then if that's the case, then it's not Rey and her son. It's Rey is seeing or experiencing, because she's got Kylo Ren, she's got Ben's memories in her head. She's seeing his memory from his point of view, from Leia's point of view. She's there, but she's not really there. I mean, let's say this scene actually is there. It doesn't necessarily mean that Rey's got a son and it's Ben Solo's kid and this and that. The possibility, and that's the problem with speculating like this, is you say something definitive and you get all these people hyped up. I mean, man, if he put this video out and he sent it to all these Reylo girls, and, oh yes, they're gonna have babies. Yeah, they're gonna have babies. Prince was wrong. You suck, Prince. Right? And then the movie comes out, and guess what? This is not gonna go the way you think. And that doesn't happen, and it could turn out to be like, just like what I said, is Rey is reliving Ben Solo's memories. There's gonna be some angry people, and then they're gonna be mad because they went into episode 9 with these expectations that Rey and Ben are they're gonna, get some lightsaber action going, right? They're going to get some lightsaber action and make some little Force babies, and that doesn't happen. You know why? Because this is not going to go the way you think. And it's the Last Jedi all over again. Getting people built up on these false hopes and all this other stuff that you don't know is going to happen, but you're saying, you're stating your opinion as fact. You're stating this stuff from, I don't know where his sources are coming from, as fact. And we do not need to do that. If you guys want me to challenge this stuff and present an alternative view, because I don't care about being wrong. I care about not having people set up, not having people set up for false hopes. Because I don't ever want a Star Wars movie to have what happened with The Last Jedi, where people go in expecting these things to happen. I went in, I made some predictions, but I was like, look, man, after I recorded my prediction video and these are the things I like to see, I didn't even remember. When I'm watching the movie, I'm all in, I'm fully present, and I'm like, hey man, what happens, happens. When I walk out, I either like it, I don't, but hey man, I had a fun night out. I got to see Star Wars, and I'm going to go back and see it again in a day, 2 days, whatever. I ended up going back and seeing it that very next morning. As soon as I woke up, got to see this again. I like it, right? Because I liked it. But you know, part of that was I didn't go in with any preconceived notions or expectations. All these predictions and crazy stuff, theories. I was just like, that's people having fun. It might not happen. They don't know what's going to happen. And what happens is what happens, and leave it at that, right? The last thing I wanted to say was, like, if Rey becomes a mother, and that's how the movie ends, what does that say about Rey? Like, all this time, people have been talking about this whole girl power thing, right? This agenda, this social justice warrior agenda. And somebody said it in the comments earlier, is they said the politics in Star Wars are the politics that people are bringing into Star Wars. That the story is just the story, and people interpret it the way that they interpret it, and if they don't like it, that might be because of their interpretation, the way they're seeing it, and the way they're interpreting these things after the fact, right? If Rey becomes a mother, how is that a happy ending for her? She's been this warrior and everything, and she's been on her own, and she's been looking for a family and looking for belonging, and then what does it say? You got a baby. Where's your baby daddy, right? I mean, is it her happily ever after is she's found her belonging in Kylo Ren, and they've started, or Ben Solo, she's turned him back to the light, and now they have a child that they've conceived through love. How does that work? For me, the happy ending is Rey becomes a leader. She accepts who she is and what she is, and and as the Last Jedi laid out, is she is this ray of light who the Force emanates off of her to the point that it illuminates, it touches everything around her. She's a beacon of light. She's a beacon of hope. Go on and become the Bastila Shan, the Satil Shan of the universe, right? Teach everyone the ways of the Force, right? Be the Joan of Arc that doesn't, get slaughtered, right? That actually goes on to inspire other people, not just through your acts of heroism, but through teaching as well, right? To me, that's the happy ending for Rey that I would like to see. And it's really weird. The Reylo girls get mad at me and clap. Oh, Prince doesn't like this, and man, I talk bad about Reylo, and it's like, but the stuff I want to see for Rey is like, that's like the ultimate like female empowerment. I want to see her like win. I want to see her win Star Wars. And y'all just like want her to fall in love with a dude with pretty hair that tried to kill her. Like, oh, but she turned him back to the light. I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's because, like I started out in the pregame, I said this in another video to someone on my other channel. Hey man, I've always been about like warriors and warrior culture. I want to see Rey become the warrior, priest, scholar, monk. And then I don't mean monk as in celibate or a nun. I just mean like that archetype. To me, that's what a Jedi is. But I don't know. Maybe it's something wrong with me for feeling that way. So I'm going to open it up to you. First off, what do you think about this speculation that Mike Zeroh presented? I have a link to his video in the video description. And what do you think about me offering another alternative view to this, that maybe Rey is accessing some of Ben Solo's memories of seeing maybe Han and Leia leaving, going off to save the galaxy and leaving him on his own. And she's understanding why he feels lonely and why he hates all of this, why he wants to burn it all down, because it's like, this is my way of I want to cause pain to make everybody else understand the pain that I've been carrying with me, and just her understanding that, hey man, at any point you can put down that burden. Like, the pain that you have is the pain that you're causing yourself by continuing to carry this, and all you have to do at any point is just put it down. Just put it down. Put your load down, and just keep going, right? Because the force is the force. The force isn't punishing you, right? And the way you're using the force, all it's doing is hurting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself, Ben. Quit hitting yourself, because that's ultimately what he's doing. But I don't know, man. I'm the weird guy in the Star Wars community because I think in depth about this stuff and try to, apply Taoist and Buddhist teachings to it, which is what I thought the Jedi were based on. But I don't know. I guess, I'm too busy being here, and maybe I should be over here somewhere, out there somewhere, coming up with outrageous stuff. I don't know. But that's all I got for this one. I want to hear from you guys, so let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be checking back to see what you all have to say. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so that you can take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Embark on the journey of becoming the hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community. Make sure to check out more videos from this channel, especially the one that YouTube has recommended for you. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you. Always.